Peace and blessings. I want to come on here and do a shadow reading right quick. First of all, I want to say that there's a lot of tropical systems happening. We have this every year, but with Mars square the no with that Virgo energy that's square the nose, especially with Mars in Virgo, Venus in Virgo, and Mercury in Virgo that's square the nose right now, the mutable nose. That the mutable energy represents tropical cyclones. It represents tropical cyclones, and it represents yeah, basically it represents tropical cyclones such as tropical storms and hurricanes. Cause the mutable energy is like, cause that's like energy that pretty much adapts, that changes. It's something that transmutes. It's something that spins. It represents something that spins, and it even transmute energies, like especially off of water and the elements, within the atmosphere, things of that nature. Um, it's kind of like the magician energy in a way. So that's definitely going on with the Temperance card. There's a lot of things that are being revealed at this time about the community, that about with the community itself, about with these different communities is what's been going on, and what's been the foundation of some of these communities here at this time. Even a lot of criminal activity, even child sex trafficking rings, um, and some of these so-called gurus and leaders. There's hypocrisy that's being exposed with some of these so-called leaders and gurus, people who that we may have been appeasing, and that we may have been appeasing and been appeasing and things of that nature, or we've been letting them scan right in front of our faces. Because I'm even seeing some of those people, they're gonna go down. People who have the okay, people who are using different platforms, and they using the platforms, and they're not for the purpose of, and they claim they call themselves trying to help people. They're like a wolf in sheep clothing, trying to call themselves trying to help people, and they're really not helping people at this time. They're about to fall, and they're not helping people. They're doing it for their own. They're gonna end up falling, especially with Saturn go direct. You're gonna notice it's a slow decline, and people who are appeasing to those people, especially financially, they're gonna end up experiencing. They're gonna end up going through some hardships financially, or it's gonna show up in their lives financially. And but those people who are scamming, they're gonna end up falling, and they're not being authentic, especially about what the quote unquote work that they're doing, that they call themselves doing. And they promising to the people and things of that nature. They're gonna fall here. Seven of Wands. Then I say it's coming to an end. The Four of Cups. Temperance. Uh oh. Mm. The Four of Wands. So the South Node is in Sagittarius. The Eight of Cups. As a reminder. Some people are considering different cultures. They trying to consider and adopt different cultural views and standards, just so therefore they can have their cake and eat it too. So I say definitely I'll say when you consider those people coming across your path at this time, definitely be careful of that. Um, Especially with those who are claiming that they're polygamists and things of that nature. Definitely be careful of that. Um, I do see that. Oh, there was some trauma because I meant to mention this in the general reading. There was some trauma. People, because with Mars square in the nose right now, I feel this is a good time because, uh, um, first and foremost, I want to say this: there's some shadows that's been going. There's probably some shadow like energy up in your house at this time. You may need to seek a shaman or somebody to clear the energies and clear your home at this time, because that could be what's causing a blockage in your house. If it's you and other people in the house, if it's just you that your energy that's clear, it chances are it could be the other people in your home. Also, on the other hand, because it's caused the blockages, it's showing up in other areas of your life, and you need to free yourself from that environment. Some of you got dark attachments to them, and you're gonna notice. Some of you gonna notice there are even bugs that's gonna manifest abruptly in your house. Not manifest, but it's gonna be an infestation. And that means that's a sign that there's negative dark energy that's in your house or your home, and you need to go wherever you are, and you need to get a clearing done for that. Or if not, some of you may need to leave that environment. On the other hand, because there's some negative energies that's surrounding it. Cause within Virgo and Gemini energy, Virgo square in the North Node, that's like that because they represent like the magician. They represent like shamans and spiritual workers and shamans and things of that nature. So this would be a great time to definitely clear it. This would be a great time to definitely seek truth about what's been holding you back spiritually. Seeking truth about what's been holding you back spiritually. Um, on the other hand, those of you who energy's been altered in the past, like if it caused you to go in a certain direction, like for example, some of you may have been something may have been imposed on you, or something may have happened, and it caused a trauma, and the trauma had altered your energies, and it caused you to operate a certain way, which is energy of cause and effect. It caused you to operate your energy to operate a certain way. Um, you are needing to get that checked out by a shaman, consult a shaman, get it checked out and get it removed. So therefore, and it causes you to go against your own natural energies, and you are need to get that energy removed so you can operate and flow more properly. Let me give an example. Those of you who are operating, as like in the same, like in terms of like with same sex desires at this time, or those of you who are operating in terms of both, or those of you who are operating a little more in terms of same sex desires, or whatever the case is, something may have happened to you when you was younger in terms of molestation or something probably been forced on you. You may need to get that checked out this time. Or if you are of the same sex, if you are someone who identifies as someone of the same sex or have same sex desires, you may have been operating a certain way in terms of having sex, in terms of having considering being so consumed and so confined and consumed to one position energetically. I mean, I ain't gonna say one type of position, but meaning that probably decide to want to be dominant all the time instead of being balanced in terms of being dominant and submissive, and that side probably been suppressed because of a trauma, because of something that happened in the past. Now this trauma, it doesn't have to appear as negative, but subconsciously it can be. What I mean by that, and it can be removed, so therefore your energies can operate more properly. Some of you may have just been desiring through that, may have been desiring mainly of the same sex. And I feel once that, on the other hand, and I feel once that trauma get removed, the energies will change. It will start, your natural energy starting to flow properly, meaning that you're gonna find a difference in terms of your sexual desires, and it's gonna open you up more because you going with the flow of your own energies, meaning that you may decide to want to have sex, sexual relations or whatever with both men and women or whatever the case is. Some of you are gonna end up, and some of the best remedies is also get you some sex toys or whatever, especially those of you who are really submissive or whatever the case is, and definitely really train yourself. Get an energy clearing, that energy, get a spiritual cleansing, the energy clearing done from a professional shaman. And not just that, but also get, because some of you all are blocked, some of your chakras are blocked and even out of alignment. That's another reason why. And you probably got some dark attachments to you. Now, if you don't know anybody, I know someone, and they're very affordable. Definitely just send me an email, and I would definitely provide you with that information. It's very affordable. You don't have to do nothing on your behalf. Only thing you have to do is just get a consultation. The consultation is free. Only thing you just have to do is just pay for the service. And also, they have more perks that comes with it as well. It's a very affordable price. Like, it's a price you cannot beat. So if you want that, definitely, if you feel the need that you want that, contact me at kingofwandsunderworldmancave at AOL.com. Here. My cards that fell on the floor. Because, as stated, some of these traumas has been causing an imbalance. It's been causing an imbalance, and I feel, and then some of you men overly masturbating. You need to balance that out. Balance out your sex drive, because I feel that's how you'll get your libido will come back stronger. I feel that's how your libido will come back stronger, and it's gonna take you into a homeostasis period, whereas all the fluids in your body become balanced. And there's balance, equilibrium, and responses. And you're gonna see that as time goes along. You even got to see a difference in terms of spiritually. It's gonna even help you tap into more energies. So definitely, and I feel that some of you, the reason why you're experiencing your sex drive out off balance is because of your chakras, especially with your root chakra and your sacral chakra. Or there's some energies, some dark energies and entities even attached to that, and you need to get those cleared away and get it balanced. So definitely do that this time. Consider those things, because I feel like after you're gonna see a whole different within your energies. You're gonna see a whole difference. After you definitely do this, you're gonna see a whole difference. Even though traumas get removed that subconsciously you're not aware that's there, you're gonna see a whole difference. I promise you, you're gonna see a whole difference. Some of you gonna want to try new things. You're gonna see a whole difference. I promise you. Because we're under the Aquarian energy. And Aquarius is about what we had choose to identify with. But now we're leaving behind what we had chose to identify with in the past. What we were identified with and chose to identify with. We leaving that behind, individual in our lives or whatever. And everything that came with it is gonna, or that was connected with it, is falling with it. So that's what's going on right now. And I feel at this time, while Saturn retrograde is showing that, while these planets are retrograde is showing that at this time, especially with this Virgo energy square in the nose, because Virgo is about the health, not only the physical health, but the spiritual health. It's about the health, and it's about that trauma. and you taking a look back at that trauma, and it's about that trauma. It's some trauma subconsciously that's not there. It's either help causing a battle within the conscious mind and subconscious mind. It's a trauma subconsciously that you're not aware that's there. They need to be checked out, and that need to be dealt with, so your energies can flow properly. So therefore, it can be dealt with, so your energies can flow properly. So therefore, you know how to harness those energies, whatever energies going forward. You're gonna experience in this. You're gonna explore more things. Experience in this. You're gonna be ready to experience and explore more. You're gonna find out more and more things. You're gonna be free from that trauma. And notice with the Temperance card, you see that thing in the middle of his forehead. Not only just like a third eye, but that'd be kind of like a thing what a doctor would have on their head as we've seen how it appeared in cartoons and things of that nature. Yeah. And I remember I talked about the gatekeeper energy, and I said that the gatekeeper energy is, they think, when people think about gatekeepers, they think about like gay people and stuff. No, that's not. People identify themselves as gay as things of that nature. No, that's not the case here. Or who are that? That's not the case here. That's not always the case. The gatekeeper energy is like the healing energy. Or people who are healers, different types of healers of any kind. Because see, when the Aquarian energy, that's beings external to us, and they come to help cause this change and cause transformation in this higher vibration. Besides, in lower vibration, cause the crimes against humanity and things of that nature. But they're coming in to help bring balance, healing to society and to people's lives individually, which is part of the divine feminine energy. Which is part of the uprising of the divine feminine energy. As I stated, there's a lot of child sex trafficking rings going on at this time. And I'm just going to be honest. Some children, some of these adults were being provocative towards the children. On the other hand, you got some of the children being provocative towards the adults and probably setting up the adults. If not the child sex trafficking rings, it's like different situations going on. Whereas allegations are coming up allegedly about with children sleeping with the children sleeping with with the parent, with the adult and the children, or the parents and the children. Or about with the adults sleeping with the children or trying to have sex with the children. Now, I look at this, it can go two ways. This is my opinion. This is how I see this. I look at it, can go two ways. Either the adult were having sex with the child and it was non-consensual, or either the child were willing to have sex with the adult and being promiscuous toward the adult. If the adult wasn't being promiscuous towards the child, or they were being promiscuous towards each other, and it probably going on for quite some time. And what they decided to, so what's going on is that society looking at it, whereas for the time being, that it's all on the adult and holding the adult responsible. True enough, the adult can be held responsible because they should know, quote unquote, better based off of how society consider it. Which is considered taboo. But on the other hand, I look at on the other hand too that we cannot overlook at the same time about what's going on with the child. about the child, on the child behalf and their possibility, their potentials in the situation, like in terms of they may have been promiscuous and things of that nature, even though should have known better. Um, they, we cannot ignore that detail as well. So, it's a lot of things going on now. I even see the government that's going to try to normalize pedophilia and make it as a sexual orientation in the future, and try to pair it up with LGBT when it's really not the same thing. It's totally pedophilia and sexual orientation of lesbian, bisexual, gay, and transgender people is totally different. It's totally different. It's more so like the government was telling. It's like the government telling us. It's kind of like in the Bible too. With the, it's kind of like in the Bible too. It's more so like, and I'm not religious. I'm not Christian. I don't subscribe to the Bible. I don't at all. But I'm just going back to something I remember when I was younger, when I was coming up in Christianity. It's like they was telling us, I think it was in with Sodom and Gomorrah situation. It was with something I can remember that they was talking about, but basically it was talking about things that they were prohibiting versus saying that we cannot do this, we cannot do that. And it's like, on the other hand, now they're doing it. What they telling us not to do, they're doing it. And see, I remember I was looking back at the states and their sun and moon sign, like what the state of Alabama, their sun sign would be Sagittarius and their moon sign would be Scorpio. Sagittarius, the sun sign. Okay, but the Sagittarius energy is like somebody being self-righteous. Somebody being self-righteous, holier than thou. But with that Scorpio energy, it's like, okay, we're gonna go this way, how this gonna be. Like, for example, they probably abided by a religion or something, being dogmatic, versus on the other hand, therefore, it probably promoted something they promoted something as, now I would just say the opposite of what that particular society think, or what makes it up, or probably what something that they may be scared to tap into, if you get what I'm saying in that sense. Or they're being, I'm gonna just say dictating, they're being pickified about it, if you get what I'm saying. This is another term I'm trying to come up for it. And it goes against what they basically, they're not practicing what they're preaching. They'll put it like that. It's kind of like what the government doing. They telling us, okay, it's not right. It's not okay to have these types of guns, but they the ones got them. It's not okay to do this and that. It's not okay to commit a crime, but they committing a crime, especially against humanity. This beast system. It's kind of like that. So, show me 3 more cards. Spirit, Ashe, show me 3 more cards. The 5 of Pentacles, the Tempest crown, the 5 of Pentacles. I told you, yeah, definitely about those traumas being removed. The High Priestess, and this will be the trauma that was being the opposing force to our own energies, that were causing us to be the opposing force to our own energies. And it goes back, and it goes way back. Even go back to our childhood, even causing us to be afraid to basically explore our own energies even more and go into depth. And it's like we're being free from it by the shaman or whoever. We're being free from it, And this is a great time to get in touch with a shaman, because this is what you want. You want freedom. The Four of Wands is freedom. You want freedom. You don't want to be stuck into this, and you going against your own, and you going against your own energies. That trauma that's stopping it, you going against your own energies, because these shamans, these shamans are helping you, are helping you to help free you. The Temperance would be that shaman, or the energy healers, the spiritual healers. They help you free. They help free you up from that trauma. It's what it is. So therefore, it's funny. This came out. It came out reversed, but I'm gonna read it both ways. So therefore, you could take back. So therefore, you can explore your own energies more and explore more things about yourself, which is rewarding, and you know how to harness these energies going forward. Versus when you couldn't harness those energies because of this subconsciously, this trauma subconsciously that was holding you back, or that was causing you to go against your own energies. So after getting it removed, it's gonna cause you to. You will be going with the flow of your own energies. It's the same thing what I was saying with you men that need to get your sex drives balanced, and that need to get an energy clearing done so you'll be able to control your sex drive. You'll gain a balanced libido back. You'll gain it back. You'll gain back your power. And the melanite women, the black women, you need to take back your power as well, because you're the most the most used and abused in the past, and you are needing to take back your power as well. Here, you are need to take back your power and stop relying on men and stop relying on the masculine energy, the men, to lead. But on the other hand, I got the Six of Swords here. This is after getting that trauma removed. This is going with the flow of the energy. It's going with the flow of it. And I feel on the other hand, just like how I was talking about what the government doing, I look at it, you need to get in alignment with, and I remember I talked about this previously in the reading, you need to get in alignment with what is a part of you. You need to acknowledge what is a part of you. That's why you encounter these experiences, and it's mirroring back to you as fear. Some of you could be, for example, some of you may want to go into the adult entertainment industry, and you holding yourself back from it because you worry about what people gonna say, what society gonna say, and things of that nature. Some of you are good at it. Some of you may have became experienced at an early age sexually, and now you could, once these traumas being removed, you can learn to transmute that fucking energy, and you can use that for your benefit to get what you want, or whatever the case is. You just got to learn to align with it, own it, and align with it. I'm even seeing some of you probably had sex at an early age. See, that's why I said I was going to put the shadow readings. I was going to create me a Patreon account or a Vimeo account, maybe a Patreon account, because it goes too deep. It's a little too personal, and I don't want YouTube to penalize me for this. But I'm just going to say it. Some of you had sex at an early age, probably like around maybe... it's not 10. This go way lower than this. I'm talking about like probably around 5-ish and 4 and 5-ish things that nature. Probably had a teaser of it. That's even going to show up when the South Node goes to Scorpio next year, and that's like a form of it could be like a form of trauma in a way, but you needed to harness that energy. You need to harness that energy, especially if you're well experienced at it. Especially if that experience will talk to you about older person, especially those of you who got a lot of Scorpio energy in your chart. You pretty much know what I'm talking about if you been through it already. Probably sexualized at an early age. So let me pull one more card. I'm going to have to end this reading because we're already at 30 minutes. Going a little over 30 minutes. I'm going to have to go and end this reading. Because like I said, I'm going to put the shadow readers up on Patreon in the future. I'm going to create me a Patreon account or something. I'm going to put the shadow readers over there because it's too sensitive for YouTube. And I don't want to get penalized for it because it's pretty deep. Some of these children are going to be even going to find out that their own mothers had even because some children or some people even being sacrificed or even being sold to other people and things of that nature. I'm seeing some of these children are going to end up finding out that their mothers or their parents may have sold them or may have sacrificed them, or they may have let them go with this person that could probably have committed like pedophilia or whatever the case is, or they probably compromised with this person. On the other hand, these people who's orchestrated the beast system, that's sitting up here and orchestrating things and setting up a trap. I see them setting up traps and orchestrating a lot of stuff for their own agenda or whatever it is. I feel like, and for control, even population control, because they trying to control the population. I see them trying to control the population and trying to restrict freedom. I see them running from their own karma. That's why they're going on the other planets and having these people surveying these other planets and things of that nature. Because the karma is hitting, and this Christ-like energy is about to hit this earth. And I talked about in previous videos, in my previous readings and stuff. It's about to hit this earth, and people are awakening and ascending. So it's about to hit this earth, and those people, they're afraid of that energy. They're afraid of what's about to happen. They already fear what's about to happen, which is these so-called elites. And so what they're doing, they up there setting it up, whereas there are things being they're trying to test, see how life will be on other planets and things out there. So therefore, they can go on and get out of here when things starting to go down. Because they're trying to run, they're trying to escape, trying to get up out of here. Especially because the thing's about to go down, because of karmically, because they're about to receive their karma is what it is, and they're trying to run from this. That's why they having life, or they trying to see if there's gonna be life on other planets and things of that nature. They surveying it and doing all those different things. Some of them even orchestrating the weather. Some of them even orchestrating the weather, manipulating the weather in terms of nature, in terms of with these artificial things. I'm even seeing a lot of people gonna be getting sick, probably gonna get a little more sex dolls in the future, especially those who got trust issues, because they're gonna want someone they can try to control, but it's not gonna be a human. It's gonna be a sex doll. And they can do what they want to do to them, especially those who still project and have issues overcoming that or refuse to overcome that. They're gonna aim for sex dolls, especially those who are possessive and who are more conventional. They're gonna aim for sex dolls, and they have trust issues. Especially because nobody will comply with what they say, and they want to remain control. They're gonna try to get sex dolls, whereas they can manifest that reality with that. But I'm going to stop here because this reading is getting too long. Like I said, I might be putting these readings at some point. Might create me a Patreon account or something. I'm going to be putting these readings on in the future on another account. On Patreon here. And also, I want to mention this too within the reading. That infrastructure bill that's going on, because I remember I talked about a regime change. That's a sign of it, and that's part of what's going to happen. That's part of the regime change is coming. Also, in 2024, when Pluto, that's going to be the year when Pluto moving to Aquarius. That president, we're going to have to watch that year because the presidential election is what's going to help decide the country for quite some time. I remember I talked about the eclipse next year, especially when in October in Scorpio, and how that's going to pack a punch. It's going to have the late degree, the sting of the scorpion, and how, and the stinger is deadly, and how that's going to trigger things for quite some time to come. And even with the presidential election in 2024, that's going to even help decide the outcome for quite some time to come. Because I even see things getting banned, probably starting in the 2030s or so. Things getting banned, such as the Bible and religious books, such as the Bible and things of that nature. So I will talk more about that in the future. So I'll talk more about that in the future. But this is a reading. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace and blessings, everyone.